Hi there and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Sherry Elizabeth. I post new videos every Tuesday and Friday all about Disney. Today we are talking about the happily ever after dessert party. I'm going to give you my opinion on it, a full review and a little bit of an overview about it. When people find out that I've been to the party, I get a lot of questions about it and they ask me, how was it? Is it worth it? So I'm happy to share with you our experience. So the happily ever after dessert party, there are a couple of different options for it. It takes place at Tomorrowland Terrace, which is, if you're looking at the castle, it is to the right of the hub, kind of next to the Plaza Inn. There's some restrooms, and then that's where the Tomorrowland Terrace is. There are three distinct happily ever after dessert parties. The dessert party that we did was we went to Tomorrowland Terrace, had our desserts, and then exited and went to the private viewing area at the hub. I think they call it the garden viewing area, and watch the fireworks. The other options are to do the dessert party at the Tomorrowland Terrace and then stay at Tomorrowland Terrace and watch the fireworks from there. In my opinion, it gives you a little bit of, I wouldn't say it's obstructed, but you're kind of off to the side a little bit, so you're not kind of straight on looking at the projections on the castle. The third option is to do the fireworks first, so you're in the same viewing area, and then after the fireworks you go over to Tomorrowland Terrace and enjoy desserts. Reservations are recommended, highly recommended. I don't know if they really ever have spot for walk-ups, but they may. I'm not saying they don't, but I would highly recommend making a reservation. The website says that the reservations are available 180 days prior, just like advanced dining reservations. In my experience, they're not. The dessert party reservations usually come up like 3 to 4 months before the date, which is fine. I've never had a problem making the reservation, but you just have to keep checking. The party is $69 for adults and $41 for children ages 3 to 9. If you're 10, you're an adult, according to Disney. And I will tell you in a minute if I think that it is worth it. Let me tell you a little bit about our experience in the party that we went to. So we went to the party it was like one of the last days of August. I think it was like August 28th or 29th. It was a Wednesday night. And we went, like I said, to the party where we went to get the desserts first, and then we went to the viewing area. In our experience, the party was not super crowded. They tell you to get to the party an hour before the fireworks. We got there about 40 minutes before the fireworks and it was fine. Could we have used more time? Absolutely. We had walked by earlier and there was a huge line for the dessert party, and I thought, you know what, let's just sneak in one more ride and we'll come back, which it worked out fine. We did not have the greatest seat for the dessert portion. There's kind of two tiers. There's kind of the bottom tier, which the tables are kind of along the Tomorrowland Terrace, which I think are for the people who have the Tomorrowland Terrace seating, and then everyone else sits everywhere else. The buffet rows of the desserts were down there, and we were kind of on the second level, so we had to walk around, which was fine, not a big deal. We enjoyed our desserts nonetheless. They give you a wristband and you go out to the garden area. We got to the garden area probably maybe 10 minutes or so before the fireworks. Our party was not very crowded. It did seem like there was a lot of people at the dessert party, but when we actually got to the garden viewing area, it was not very crowded at all. The area is pretty big, and people kind of divided, I guess we'll say, into like 3 sections. So at the beginning of the section, in front of the railing, in kind of the middle, and then along the back section. We knew we didn't want to be in the front. I didn't want someone in the walkway or people walking in front of us. And I have a little one, and so I knew I didn't want to be in the very back too. So we were in the middle. And we had people on both sides of us. We weren't smushed in there like sardines by any means. And there was probably maybe like 4 feet or so in front of us and behind us, so my little guy was able to stand on his own and able to see the projections with no problem. So we had a great view of the fireworks. We got to see the projections, no problem. It was nice to kind of have that reserved area where we didn't have to stake out a seat. in advance, and our tummies were full from the desserts at the dessert party. So let me talk a little bit about the desserts, because when you're paying $69, those desserts better be good. So I have my little list because I didn't want to forget any of them. The Oreo Mickey treats, those were good. I love cookies and cream, so they were good. The Happily Ever After Red Velvet Cupcake was beautiful. It was good. I felt like it was maybe a little bit dry, but it was still good. The strawberry tart was good. I'm not the biggest like fruit for dessert fan, but it was good. The best dessert there was the cheesecake brownie bites. They were so good. They were not super sweet, but they were just really good. The cheesecake on it was fabulous. It was nice and light, and the brownie was just done perfectly. They were really good. There were dark chocolate dipped strawberries. There was the pineapple delight, which was okay. There were assorted macaroons. I don't care for macaroons, so I did not try them, but they had quite a few different colors and flavors. There was fresh fruit at my party. There was watermelon, pineapple, red grapes, and some blueberries. There were cheese cubes, and there was a ton of cheese cubes. There was cheddar, pepper jack, and Colby jack, and then there were assorted crackers. There was a spinach dip, which was okay. I love spinach dip, but the spinach here was more like pureed, and it had more of a... It wasn't super thick. I like more of a thicker spinach dip, and this was really, it wasn't soupy. It was more like a yogurt consistency, and the taste was just okay. The standout of the party was the cheeseburger egg rolls, and these are the same cheeseburger egg rolls with the secret sauce or special sauce that they serve over in Adventureland. They were so good. Like, my husband and I probably ate like 5 apiece. They were so good. I wish that there were more savory options, but it is a dessert party. It's not like a buffet, so I think that it was adequate, but I do wish there was more. There was also a create your own cupcake area, which I did not participate in. You could select a vanilla or a chocolate cupcake, and then there were frosting and like sprinkles and different things that you could top it with. There was a create your own sundae station, which was good for the kids. You got to select your own ice cream, and then they had all kinds of toppings. They had like hot fudge, and I think there maybe was caramel sauce, and then they had like little brownie bites and Rice Krispie treats and cookies and stuff that you could top it with. One of the highlights was the action station with the s'mores. So there was a cast member who would put the marshmallow on a stick and then roast it, and then she would dip it in like chocolate, not chocolate chips, more like chocolate shavings, I guess we'll call it. And then they had sprinkles and graham crackers that she would dip it in as well, and that was amazing. I probably could have eaten like 5 of those. They were really good. I think my other favorite would be the Ooey Gooey toffee cake. It was really good. I think that it's the same one that they serve over at the Liberty Tree Tavern, and it was very rich and sugary though. I don't know if it's because it was the last thing I had of the night or because it did have that much sugar in it, but after about 3 bites, I could just feel, I'm not diabetic, but like I could just feel like my blood sugar rising. Like, it was so sweet, but it was so good. And then there were a variety of drinks. There was milk, water, iced tea, coffee, both regular and decaf, hot tea, hot chocolate, the pog juice, the jungle juice that they serve around Disney World, the passion, orange, and guava juice, which is really good. They had lemonade and strawberry lemonade, and then flutes of sparkling apple cider. So as you can see, there was a lot to choose from, which I appreciated. I felt like we got our money's worth. I think that we did not have dinner prior. We had been running around, we had a late lunch, and so that was kind of our dinner and dessert. So we definitely filled up on the savory options and then really enjoyed the desserts. For us, it was nice to kind of stop from our running around the park and sit down, have the desserts all together. It felt really special, and it was a lot of fun to go through the buffet and have kind of these special desserts that you don't see at all of the restaurants. They felt like more of the desserts that you would get in the cases, so that was really nice. We really enjoyed seeing the fireworks. We enjoyed the private area, the garden viewing. Like I said, in our experience, it was not super crowded. I've heard people say that their party was really, really crowded. Ours was not. So I don't know if it was because we were there during the week or because we were there in August, but for whatever reason, our party was not super, super crowded. So we did really have a chance to enjoy it. Would we do the happily ever after dessert party again? Absolutely, in a heartbeat. We didn't do it on our past trip. We did another dessert party, and we don't have plans to do it on the next trip because we have some other things going on. But on future trips, we will absolutely do the happily ever after dessert party. If you have been to the happily ever after dessert party, tell me in the comments below. Tell me what you thought about it. Did you have a good experience? Would you do it again? Do you think it's worth it? Because I'm always interested in hearing other people's opinion. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would love for you to subscribe if you have not already. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!